Good morning, students. Welcome to your computer class. Students, today we are going to discuss the answer for the exercise we have completed. And so without wasting time, let's turn to page number 139 and we will first discuss the tick the correct option. So in tick the correct option, the first question is, the first page of a website is called its. We have web page, web address, home page, and none of these. So the first page of the website is called as the home page. Moving to the second question, uh, in second question, we have a device that allows a computer to connect and communicate with other computer is called a or an. The answer here is modem. So that's the device which allows the computer to connect. Third one, what is a collection of one or more related web pages called? So remember we discussed about an example of web page and a website, a notebook and the page. Similarly, the answer is website. For the fourth one, a company that provides internet access to its customers is called a or an. URL, ARPANET, modem or ISP. So ISP is the company which provides internet service to its customers. Moving to the next one, when the mouse pointer is moved over a hyperlinked image or a text, the pointer changes to a dash symbol. You would have seen when you put a cursor on the hyperlink, it turns into the hand symbol. So the answer is hand. So what are the answers we have here? We have home page, first one, second modem, third website, fourth ISP, and fifth one is hand. Moving to fill in the blanks, the internet was initially known as ARPANET. That is very easy and simple. There are basically two types of internet access connection, dash and dash. So which is the dial-up and the broadband. Third one, a dash is a device that allows a computer to connect and communicate with other computers. The answer is modem. Next one is a modem can be either internal or external. So that's a fourth answer. Fifth one, the speed of the modem is measured in BPS. BPS stands for bits per second. We are going to write here BPS. If you have written bits per second, that's absolutely fine. Moving to the last one, and Dash is the company that provides internet access to its customers. It is ISP or internet service provider. So either one of the answers are correct. Moving to true and false. A dongle is a wired broadband, that is false. Apple Safari is an ISP. Apple Safari is the browser for Macintosh computers or iOS, which you popularly call as app. That's the browser. Like we have Google Chrome and Internet Explorer in Microsoft computers. Similarly, Apple has its own browser which is called as Apple Safari. So it is not an ISP, it is a browser. Moving to the next one, a URL is made up of three parts. The answer is true. URL is made up of three parts. The opening page or the main page of a website is called the home page. Similarly, as we did it in the tick the correct option, the answer is true. It is the home page. A website is similar to a magazine. Yes, you can call a website similar to a magazine because inside website there are a lot of pages. Similarly, in a magazine there are a lot of pages. So the comparison is good. So the answer is true. Next comes, a web page is created using a language called HTML. That is true. Without the HTML language, we cannot create a website or a web page. Moving to answer the following questions. So total we have solved 3 questions. So the first question is define the term internet. Give any 4 uses of internet. In your book it is given as 2, but I asked you to write 4 uses of internet. So internet, you can mention about international network. You can talk about worldwide network of millions of computer. You can mention it is a mode of communication, research and exchange information, and you can also mention that earlier it was called as ARPANET. So any point, so we have a lot of points here. So any 2 points, if you have mentioned here, then your answer is considered as complete. Now give any 4 uses of it. What are the 4 uses of internet? It is used for entertainment purpose, you can mention. It is used for communication. It is used for video conferencing, email, chat and social networking. It is used in universities to offer online courses. It is used to pay bills, operate bank accounts, and it is used for e-commerce, the online shopping. There are so many points you can mention about. Any 4 if you have mentioned, then your answer is considered as complete. Next question is write short notes on modem. So we have a variety of points here when we are talking about modem, but the first thing which I would encourage you to mention is the most of you would have already done it, is the definition of modem. Now what is a modem? A modem is a device that allows a computer to connect and communicate with the other computers. We know that. You can mention that. Second point, you can mention modem stands for modulator, demodulator, or you can mention it can be internal or external. You can mention an internal modem is fixed inside the computer, whereas an external modem is placed outside the computer. You can mention a modem can be wired or wireless. So there are a variety of points we have here. So anything which you mention here is perfectly fine. We will move to the last questions, which is the third one. What do you mean by ISP? Name any 4 ISP. So here I would encourage you to not to write just the full form as 1 point. You can mention what do you mean by ISP. So rather than mentioning ISP stands for Internet Service Provider, it would be good if you can mention that in order to access internet we need connections, and the connection is provided by ISP or the Internet Service Provider. Second point, you can mention about the examples. BSNL, Airtel, we have Idea, you have Earthlink, you have Verizon, all those things you can mention it there. So name any 4 ISPs, so you can mention about any 4 ISPs of your choice. I hope you would have solved all these 3 questions, and you would have solved it by answering it in your own words. I would encourage you to go through the answers, check if you have made any mistakes, and if there is any mistakes, especially the spelling mistakes, go ahead, correct them, and if you find your work is perfect, then it is perfectly fine. In fill in the blanks and tick the correct option, I hope you have filled all the blank spaces which has been given. If you have not done so and just numbered the answer, I would encourage you to fill those blanks. So students, this brings us to the end of the class. If in case your answer, if you have any questions related to your answer, please use the comment section. And for homework, I will give you one extra question which we will be doing in our computer notebook. Students, we are talking about history of internet, but there was no question in the exercise which tells us about the history of internet. It is very, very important for us to know the history of internet, because when you move ahead for your competitive examination, you would see questions being asked about history of internet. So it is very, very important for us to know at least something about the history of internet, even if we don't know everything about it. So I would encourage you to write a short notes. We can write 2 or 3 points of your choice. You write it in your own words. We discussed about it, and we will discuss this answer later. Next, we are going to do is fun time in page number 140. Now you can see there are 2 questions here. The first is to identify the logo. These logos are very common. You have been using, or you would have seen this logo some or the other way or some or the other place. So it will help you to identify which are these logos. The second one is the word hint. So you have to draw you have to withdraw the answer from the jumbled words which has been given here, and you will have to highlight them. I would request you to use a pencil to highlight those keywords, as well as you can also mention the answer next to the question, so that when you are going through these exercises, it will be easier for you to read the answer. For example, I will give you the first one. It is an international network. Just next to it, you can mention internet, as well as in the jumbled words, you can encircle or you can just draw the border next to the word internet. So rest of the answers you will be doing for the homework. I'm sure you would have completed the first 3 question answers. If in case for some reason if you have missed it, then I would encourage you to first go through the chapter and then answer those questions in your own words. So we will stop here, students. If you have any questions, feel free to reach me. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead.